instruments?
Yes.
What? Still?
No. Well, the one I wanted to use.
It's still not working.
No, it's just being a hater.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like, why did you do that to me?
It's okay.
I treat you so well. I charge you.
It's true.
Purchase you.
True.
A nice home.
Yes.
A nice person.
Yes. And then?
You just choose to do me the way you do.
And then?
And that's life. That's life.
Cha-cha-cha, ooh la la.
Ice cream, ice cream.
Yes.
Welcome back to Becoming Creative, the podcast.
Yes.
And this episode is going to be, I think it's going to be an amazing episode. I think it's going to be a fun episode.
Yes.
Because I am sitting here with one of the people, like, you know how you have close people? All right. Some people have, like, just close friends or whatever. Mm-hmm. Talk to a lot. But it's like God be giving you people. Like real people. And this person is a part of my solid. I don't want to make nobody mad if you're listening.
No. I don't think they'll get mad. They won't get mad.
Everyone just has their people.
Yes.
And you're one of those people for me.
Yes.
And so, just want to welcome to the podcast, Dr. Alexia Ekwegh.
Yes.
I didn't know if there was a hyphen
Come
or not.
Come on. There is no hyphen.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Uh-huh. Hey. We won't get into that today.
Won't get not today.
But
not
yes,
today.
this is Dr. Alexia Ekwegh.
Yes.
My girl, my sister.
Yes.
Lexi.
It's me.
And this is, anytime I'm with Lexi, it's just a great time.
Yes. Literally.
People don't get that.
And that's okay. It's not for them to understand.
Maybe that could be a topic at some point. Just like, you just got to find what works for you. Mm-hmm. And just because it looks like, oh, these things work for all those people, it don't always work for you.
It's true.
It's kind of like a natural. Every natural can't do every hairstyle.
Come on. And that's why.
I don't know who that's for.
Boy, I tell you, it's for me.
I don't know who that's for. If you're watching, if you're listening. If you are listening, just know that you can catch a visual of this on YouTube. So please do check out Becoming Creative on YouTube. Yes. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, please do subscribe, rate it, be honest.
5 star.
5 star. This is 5-star stuff. I just want you to
is.
know that. Even if you don't believe it, it's 5-star and it's necessary. And that's why you're listening. So shout out to you. I love you. This episode is probably going to be very free-flowing. And I kind of like that because I feel like if this is your first episode listen to, it's kind of absurd. You should kind of listen to the pilot so you understand what this podcast is even about. And then episode 2 is really geared toward creatives and just how to maneuver this world while being a creative and also like doing services for folk. And so that's if you're in music, in graphics, design, all those different things. This episode won't be so targeted. But this will kind of just be like a chill. This is like our chill down.
Yeah.
Like a cool down episode.
Yeah.
Kind of like get to know me, get to know Lexi.
Here.
And this is gonna be good. So
I'm excited.
Lexi, how are you? How about you just kind of give like a little intro? Like, who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you for real?
That's a great question. I just feel like let me stop. Who am I for real? I feel like I'm still trying to find myself, not to get too deep.
No, it's okay.
But I am a veterinarian, so that is where my doctorate degree comes in at.
Come on.
In case you were wondering, like, well, what type of doctor is she?
That's true.
And so, yes, I'm really a doctor, which is crazy. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. And so all these things just trying to coordinate and get them all into place. And you know what I realized the other day was that, like, I'm really only 2 years in to, like, being a mom and a wife, really.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm really still trying to get my life together, which is wild because everybody else, I feel like, makes it seem like it's just so easy. I really don't know how my mom did it, honestly.
That's true. And she had multiple.
Bro, four of us. There's four of us. And it's like, how were you at the church for hours on end and we still had clean clothes and a clean house? Like, when did that even happen? Like, I don't even put in hours at church, right? Like, I'm not heavily involved in ministry, you know, but it's like how I can't even
between work, trying to like manage your own self, then manage another human.
Come on.
Then also manage another human.
Come on.
And try to pull a household together.
Yeah, I'm just like, how? Yeah. How? And I only got one.
How do you be glue? How do you, not to get deep on
No, but I don't know. And so we're you know, we getting through that. I'm getting through that. Yeah. I also like to see myself as a creative, even though, you know, I'm not doing anything graphically or anything like that. But I do want to help inspire people and especially motivate minority students to get more involved. Not just students, but minority people to get involved in veterinary medicine and in the animal health world, just because it's very needed. And so, especially living in a community like the Bronx and working in Yonkers, like, people are always excited to see a Black doctor. I'm always excited that they're excited to see a Black doctor. And so, it's important.
It really is. I feel like being a veterinarian isn't, like, pushed on anyone, really.
Yeah.
Like, people...
It's like a abstract idea out
if you're a vet, it's because you were like, oh, I want to be a vet.
Right.
There was no, like... You're not seeing commercials
Hello?
or like, hey, come on down.
Yes.
Help animals and heal them. Like, no one is doing
possible.
That. Yeah. How did you know you wanted to be a vet, though?
So, it kind of started... I would say the first thing that it was I've always had an affinity to animals. So, I always wanted to, like, have a dog and a cat. But being in the Bronx, like, it just wasn't possible. But... when my dad, the first pet that my dad got me was a ferret. And so he's in my heart deeply. His name was Rascal. And I loved him so much. He lasted a strong 2 years before it was his time.
Is that like the lifespan of them?
No, they're supposed to live longer, but I think...
Is there a story?
There was like... I think there was a decrease on husbandry. There wasn't a lot of, you know... And at the time, ferrets were illegal in New York.
Wow.
And so it was like a side, like a quiet type of pet like that my dad got me. And he was like, it'd be cool. Just get her a ferret. I used to walk him on a leash, everything.
My God.
Yeah.
Those things.
I know.
They make my skin cold.
But they're so cute. Their little face. I know.
They just move really quickly.
I know. It's true. It's true.
Around.
Right. And so I was like, so when he passed away, and I think it's because, like, my dad didn't know, like, where's an exotic veterinarian, you know? Like, so problem number one.
Especially the fact that you have an illegal animal.
Right?
Like, we're in the Bronx. Who's going to see it, right? Wait, because we're in the Bronx. If you were in, especially back then, that was like, what, 90s?
90, yeah.
There was a Rottweiler on every corner.
Exactly.
It's just kind of like, you could help them.
Right?
Not go get an illegal animal. But
okay. So... we gonna amen. And so basically when my ferret passed away, and I was just like, you know, like, well, who's the doctors that take care of animals? And my dad was like, well, that's called a veterinarian, and, you know, like, they take care of the animals. And I was like, that's exactly what I'm gonna be. And I was like 8 or 9 at the time. Yeah. And then everything just fell into place, which is crazy.
That's wild. That really
and like I really accomplished the goal. Come on. Because I saw you like kind of in the trenches, girl.
Like, when we was in Paris and you was on that train studying. I was like, dang, this girl's really
trying to pass this test. Yes,
like, as you should. But
Come on.
It's wild to watch the process, and then now you just.
And I'm really out here, 2 years strong, because I had to take my licensing exam like 3 times in order to pass, but it's fine.
It's fine
because I'm on the other side and I don't have to take it again.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Come on. That's dope though.
Yes.
That's like so dope. I feel like the fact that I can say, oh yeah, like my best friend, one of my best friends is a vet. Just
exactly.
Drop that and just, you know,
sprinkle.
Whatever you want to do with that.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. This is good. So what I want to do is I want to like ask questions back and forth, right? And so I'm gonna do. Now I'm a teacher. Loki, we'll talk about that testimony. But we always do these sweet, mild, spicy questions.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, think of sweet, mild, spicy.
I got you.
So I also then was like going on the phone and seeing if there was like an app that just generated questions.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh shoot!
There's like literally
people literally think of everything.
There's
like
an app where you could just like it just formulates random questions and it's like different categories.
Okay.
So it's like family fun, friendship, date night,
before
marriage, career, conversation starters.
Right.
But you know, every app, you know, they want you to subscribe for something.
Okay.
So just be
aware.
But I thought, let's just do like a lightning round of like random questions. So maybe what I'll do is where is that? What's a theme you want to go with?
Ooh.
You want to like go with friendship? You want to go with
yes, friendship.
All right, let's go with friendship. Okay, they like showed this before. And then it's like, who made this app? Because
oh my god, what's the first question?
Different hues.
Lord have mercy.
Different things.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, wait, maybe this question is not good for you. It says, what was the last thing that made you cry?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Like, movie wise or like just anything that made me cry?
Just anything.
The only thing I can think of that's like a little bit sad, I just found out that someone had to put their pet down. I know. And I was like working so closely with this guy, like with his dog. So that's like what makes it even more like, ooh, that stings a little bit. Poncho, I'ma miss you. R.I.P.
Shout out to Poncho.
But I think it was also his time. He was he was pushing 17, 18.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's the lifespan of like a dog?
Sometimes it depends. So it depends on the breed and it depends on like their genetics. But he was a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas typically live that long.
What about Rottweilers? I don't know why I'm so fixated on Rottweilers.
Rottweilers,
What about Rottweilers?
I think probably like 9 or 10 if they don't have like joint disease or get cancer. Most of the time they get cancer though. So that's like.
What about pit bulls?
It's around the same thing.
Okay. It seems like I just feel like a sense that my listeners know more about like have pit bulls and stuff.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind.
I have no idea why.
No shade.
Because I don't know who's listening.
Listen, that's all right. We gotta put it down. Put it down in the comments.
Are smaller dogs have longer?
Yeah, but it stops like kind of at like so. Smaller dogs do live longer, but those teacup breeds, so like teacup Yorkies, teacup Chihuahuas, teacup whatever, mini something, those don't live very long. What about like golden doodles? I haven't seen one that's lived very long. The oldest I've seen so far is 7, and he's still doing great. So I don't know. I haven't had to take one. I also want one out. I don't want that same one. Why?
I don't know. They're like so ugly, right?
No, it's not that they're ugly. They just have so many issues.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Okay, we need to talk offline about that.
Okay, we can circle back to that.
Low-key want one.
No, you don't. I mean, you should get one. You should get one if you really want one. But
they're gonna hurt my heart because they can't live well.
They can't live well, yes. So it's their nose because the conformation of their face. But now they're like breeding them out so that they have a longer nose so that they can live longer. Oh. But yeah, we can circle back to that offline.
Sheesh. Okay,
girl.
I know y'all did not.
It takes a lot to have a pet. Let me tell you. This is not what we gonna get into today, but I don't take it lightly when people have pets because it really is like having a kid. Honestly, truly,
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'm trying to think of myself with a child right now.
Listen,
maybe in a couple years, in a year. Well, actually, there's a whole other thing that needs to happen.
Right. I mean,
but the Lord can do some things.
He can. I'm gonna testify to that.
I feel like bad because I saw this question already, and so I'm gonna. You can either ask me that or you can switch. Like go to the next one.
No, I want to know.
What's the question?
Okay, so the question is, what's your favorite memory of me?
Wait, we were just talking about this. Okay, one of my favorite memories about Lexi is we went to Paris. A group of us went to Paris. And we was in London and we're in the cab and we're trying to find a store called Tesco.
Yes.
Tesco. Lexi decides, okay, she's going to ask, oh, like, is there a Tesco close around? I don't know what goes off in Lexi's mind, but she decides to then turn on an accent. Now,
we were just in London too long, and like a British accent is just so easy to pick up on. It was like the second day. And
we were not even there. No, it was like the first night we
was
were
it
there.
Really?
Yes. You decide, all right.
I've been plotting this whole time. I was obviously plotting the entire time.
Let me use this accent.
I was ready.
And she goes, now the cab is quiet. She goes, hello. Do you know where the... I can't even do it. She goes, hello. Do you know where the next Tesco is? And everyone in the cab is like,
why?
What is...
And what made it worse is like everybody was like in the back, and I'm like the only person in the front sitting with the driver, and the driver is like looking at me like.
So the beautiful part of this, the hilarious part is that he then answers without an accent. It's like he was from the Bronx. He was like, nah, no. Like that's what it sounded like in our ear, and it's like now she got to sit there with the
foolish. I
used an accent that I did not have to use. What was going through your mind? Did you feel like he would understand it better if you used an accent?
Yeah, because I felt like, I don't know, were people playing us throughout the whole day? Because they were acting like they couldn't understand what we were saying. And so I was like, I guess if I speak with an accent, maybe they will understand what I'm saying. And also, British accents are so easy. I don't want to say easy, but like, I guess that's the one that I play around with so much that it just be coming out. Was?
You came in so hot with it.
I was just so confident.
Yeah, it was
strong and wrong. It was the
hello. Like, where did you? Hello.
I've been practicing. I told you. God. Well, I've been practicing.
Clearly not enough, because he was like...
He was not convinced at all.
He was like, nah.
And then I said, oh, okay.
Oh, all right. All right, cool. Noted.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh,
Thank
Lexi.
you. That is
honestly
that's where we
one
were
of
going
my
next.
favorite... Oh, my God. It's just too much.
Listen. You got to stay on your toes at the end of the day.
I feel like these are deep. What the... Okay.
Should we go to fun? What is there?
Okay,
fun?
let's go to.
Was there
let's,
fun?
Let's
what was the question?
Family fun.
Even though.
Well, it was. Which one of your relationships has changed the most?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
too soon.
Okay,
too
guys,
soon. Too soon.
Slow down, please. Like, let's take it 2 notches back. Like, take me on a date first.
Right.
I want us to talk about it, and I think you kind of brought it up and talking about like how you are. Just who you are, how you're doing, how you're turning into an adult.
Yes. And
so like letting adulting kind of be the theme, right?
Okay.
I think it's wild that we're adults. One, because we grew up with each other.
We did.
And when we were younger, we weren't close or whatever.
At all.
But like when we became like young adults,
is when the relationship
magic happened.
Yeah. I don't even know how it started, honestly.
Yeah, I was thinking about that being a theme, but I was like, I really don't even know. It's like one day you came back,
it was just there,
or something, and it was just like,
oh, y'all going out? I think I'm gonna come out with y'all.
Yeah, and then
so
it just
now also text me on the side because I'm cool.
And I was just like astounded, like, oh, we understand each other. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, we do.
That works.
Exactly.
And so there has been some stuff that I do want to ask you. Where do you feel like your drive comes from? Because I think in me observing you and just seeing how you move, you're one of the most driven people that I know.
Thank you.
It may not feel that way.
Wow, it does not.
But yeah, I like see how you are like very like what you want to do, you do it, you make a plan to do it, and you get it done.
Right.
And everyone doesn't have that. Like I'm still even building that for myself. Like even me doing this is like me pushing myself to just like
get out there,
get it and do it. Right?
Got you.
But that's after like seeing you do it, seeing Noelle do it, seeing Wynisha do it, like all of these people. And so yeah, like where do you feel like that comes from?
Mm.
Or like, where was it given?
I feel like a lot of it comes from my mom and like watching my mom really accomplish things and get things done. Because for a long time in the beginning, my mom was the breadwinner in the family. And so my dad basically raised me, I guess you would say. So I would always see my mom, you know, working 2 or 3 jobs to bring home the bacon, basically. And then also she had to cook dinner. She had to do the laundry. She had to keep the house clean. And it's like, and I could tell that she was tired, but it was like, I couldn't tell that she was tired, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just like, I don't even know, like, once she, like, just what you said, once she set her mind to something, that's exactly what she wanted to get done. Exactly. So I definitely attribute a lot of that to my mom. But also, I feel like my drive comes from, I get a lot of good feelings whenever I complete a goal. And so once I set a goal and I'm like, this is exactly how I'm going to get it done, then it has to get done. It's like an OCD type of thing. I don't know if OCD is the right word, or like a type A, I guess, to where it's like hyper focused on what I got to get done. Yes.
I feel like well, you know what I also attribute that to? Like, I feel like the things that you have gone after have been like passions of yours.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And so at first I was just thinking like, dang, I don't be doing that. But then I do think about, like, when I played basketball, like, I was very hyper focused on, like, the goal, what I wanted, and like went for it.
Winning, yes.
And so I guess in a sense I can see that.
And also, like, and also too, like, even when like things didn't work out, because like, you know, like I said, I didn't get into vet school the first time around. I had to apply a second time, and it took my dad even motivating me to apply again, because I was like, maybe I should go a different route with my dream. Like, I'll still work with animals, but it just won't be in a doctor aspect. And my dad was like, girl, you've been doing this. What you mean? Exactly. Yeah. So it also takes people like that to remind you, like, when you're feeling like, I guess this dream is not for me because it's not really working out. To be like, no, girl, remember, you said, like, you was going to do this. Yeah. You said these things were going to get done. Like, you can do it. Yeah. Don't give up. That's important. True.
That is, I feel like, not me. I'm sitting here analyzing my life as you talk.
No.
People like that.
Yes, you do.
No, I do have now. I'm thinking about back then because, like, in college and then during that time, I just wasn't as vocal as like with like what I felt doubtful about. Right. What I felt like I wanted to do.
I'm feeling shaky about this.
Yeah, and I feel like I didn't even necessarily like. I know I could have bounced it off of my mother and kind of like done with it differently, but it's just good to be in a space where you know how to do right.
Exactly.
And so, I was just kind of, I think it's important that kids have that. So I even think about, like, when I have children, like, being a soundboard for everything for them versus, like, them feeling like, oh, I can't bring this to you.
Right,
whatever.
Because it doesn't fit into what you think I should be doing.
Yeah, because that matters.
For sure.
Like,
no, it does.
And I think the fact that your passion to be a vet came from you, not like someone putting it on you.
Exactly.
Like, that matters too.
For sure.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Sure. That's so good to know. Because I think about my own mom, whom she is the same way. Like, she got a goal, she gonna get it, she gonna plan.
Hello?
It could be a goal of like
something so simple.
Like, it could be something that's like 10 years out.
Yes.
She will work the plan. Like,
and I know at the end of the 10 years, I will be there.
She will be there. She is there. And I'm like, oh, I don't got that. Like, that did not come.
Do you feel like you don't have the patience, or you feel like you don't have, like, you can't, like, the plan is not there?
I don't know. Maybe it's the plan, and I guess it just depends on what it is. Like, sometimes I just don't be wanting to go through the process.
I see.
And so the Lord is teaching me how to go through a process.
Yes.
So now I feel like I can make a plan and do it.
Right.
But before I didn't have that. I was like, I'm tired of always having a process.
Yes.
I don't always want to have to overcome adversity. I don't want to have
but
to
you
always
have to.
I know that. Yeah, I know. But I don't want to have to.
I feel you.
you know, especially you look at other people like, dang,
it looks so easy. Like how?
Like
How?
just why I can't get the same plan? Why I can't get the same plan though?
But it's like behind the scenes, they went through the process and the adversity to get there. They're just not showing you like.
And that's the thing.
I failed.
Yeah.
3
but
times.
even if I've seen all of that, it's still kind of like
no.
It's still kind of set up a little, you know. But that's how our flesh always.
That's true. That's true.
Or whatever. But
that's true.
Yeah, I feel like now I'm like God has literally built me to be able to do that. Like,
amen.
One allowed these things to happen, and now it's built resilience in me to like get through something. But like, especially like literally today, right now in my life, He's teaching me how to endure and how to like trust Him in the process. So
yes,
I'm a lot more comfortable with processes. I like now that versus before.
That's good though.
Yeah,
because I feel like becoming comfortable with the process I think it takes away that anxiety of feeling like I'm never gonna get it done, or feeling like, you know, like it just seems so far away. But it's like understanding, you know, I just gotta do step A is gonna take a little bit longer than step B.
Yeah.
And step C is gonna be quick, and then you'll be on to the next thing to reach the final goal. Yeah. So I just think, you know, that's good though. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's really about like the whole point of the process is also to celebrate each step.
Right,
like celebrate
exactly.
We hit this, cool, celebrate. Like,
right.
You did that, we did that.
Right.
God allowed that. Like, keep doing that because then it keeps you in it.
Exactly. So. And I think too, like that's why I was saying, like, you know, I'm only 2 years in, and I feel like I gotta remind myself about that sometimes because it's like in parenting and in being a wife and like all of that, it's just everything's not gonna happen at once. Like my husband's not just gonna jump on the ball and be like, oh yeah, like I'm amazing, you know, and he is amazing. And, don't get me wrong now, he be doing more than the average man, but it's like I'm just like, should I be requiring you to do more? Like is it only me who has to keep the house clean? Is like, that what we doing?
Hold up.
Is that the you know, the marriage we want to have? I thought it was equal, you know, 50-50.
That's a whole, I can't even speak to it because that's
bull.
It's like a whole other world.
It is. And it's crazy because like when I was single and I did have married friends, I was like, oh, it's not really like that different, you know. I can give my advice, I can, you know, help out, but it's a lie.
It's a whole lie.
A whole lie.
Well, did I tell you about this past Christmas when I had my family over?
No.
And there was 2 married couples in the room.
Okay.
2 young married couples, like young.
Okay.
And I'm like overhearing this conversation, and my brother is like chiming in.
Okay.
What he said, I'm like, hold up. First of all, you're not married, right? Like, so you can't just be out here giving advice like you are.
This is what you need to do.
Marriage is a whole different covenant.
It like, really is.
We can't even see what marriage is as a single person. I can't even conceive what it is because I'm not in that kind of covenant. And I just feel like that's a whole other
separation.
topic.
Right.
But I like had to kind of interject because I'm like hearing a lot of like individual talk.
Exactly.
In the midst of
trying to come in together. Right. So
I was just like, look, I preface everything I said with, look, I ain't married. I do not have a spouse, and I will outrightly acknowledge that I do have not any experience to speak from. I am not divorced, none of that. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, please. Y'all are out here being individuals
when you should be coming together.
You should be together. Like that's the whole covenant y'all took.
Right.
You abandon yourself so that y'all could join as one.
Come on.
Whether you're a Christian or not, that's what you signed up for.
Right.
And so now you have to. I didn't even want to point out the fact that y'all are like ignoring the big elephant in the room because you guys are in this marriage, but you're not in marriage with God like at all.
Right.
And so that's a whole other reason as to why this y'all are like
it's not working out or
flipping and everything else. But yeah, just to kind of come back on And yeah, we're talking about adulting and like talking with Lexi about just what that looks like for her because she has a full career.
Yes.
She's a freaking vet. And I always
time,
say this to people,
which is
like,
crazy.
She's a freaking vet, and she's a mother, and she's a wife, and we were talking about motherhood and what that looks like. Right. Even thinking about where your drive comes from, and your mom being like superwoman, pretty much, like mine.
Come on,
and like looking like not a sweat on her brow. Right, but doing it all.
Doing
it's
it.
Like for you, you're only 2 years in.
2 years in,
and it
feels like 57. I feel like I've been doing this for the last 31 years of my life. That's my whole life.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing how life steps can do that to you, though.
Bro!
You feel like, I've been in the trenches. No, you haven't.
And I barely scratched the surface.
Like, you just started.
Yeah, like...
And it's okay.
And
like,
that's okay.
But, yeah, let's talk about motherhood. Like, what do you feel like that is for you? Like, how, in adulting, right, and having to...
Yes.
As a kid, let's just say this. At the schools... None of this is talked about.
Hello?
We talk about how to get good grades. We talk about how to, I guess make friends.
Right.
All of those things. Cool.
Right.
You're teaching me geometry. I don't know why I'm going to need that. Quadratic equations, not really sure how it's going to show up in my life.
Exactly.
But you are not telling me that once I hit 21, really, maybe sometimes sooner,
18.
Sometimes 18, that
this is it.
Stuff is coming in my name in the mail. I gotta pay this thing every 30 days.
Come on.
When I get out of the school, all of this is about to be recouped.
Hello?
From my check.
Hello? Like what?
So many things. And so
on top of being a mom.
Now you have a human.
Now I have a human.
You have to make a profitable person.
Come on!
Like they can't be a bum. Like I can't be out here raising a bum. Y'all don't want more bums in the world, right? So
that's what they said.
And
it's like, deep down, I know, like, if she ever, I don't want to say if she wanted to be a bum, would I support her in that? I don't know. I want to be at in the parenting regard. Do you feel like
you're that type of person or parent right now?
I feel like yes, because I try not to be hands-on. So I want her to explore. I want her to... fall down and understand what it's like to fall and get back up again. I want her to try whatever she wants to try within reason, obviously. Yeah. Like, don't cut yourself with a knife. Come on. But I want her to, be able to say, like, oh, yeah, I tried that. I did that. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Okay. Just to, like, build her confidence. Because I want her to be confident.
I got you.
Especially being a black woman, she has to be confident in herself and knowing who she is. So...
Yeah. I see you as that type of person anyway.
Yeah.
You're pretty, like, open and, like, liberal in that sense.
Right.
So, like,
within reason.
Within
some things done.
Yeah, I'm not going to be out here.
Come on.
Hey, I started this cannabis company and... Excuse me?
And also...
Yeah.
It's in your name, but, Mom,
you thought I was making Rice Krispie treats, but actually what I was doing with the Rice Krispie treats...
Like, why are your Rice Krispie treats making millions of dollars?
In the Rice Krispie treat. That's why Auntie Kim comes over.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Listen. If she's making it, then she's making it. And so...
Even if they were cannabis Rice Krispie treats?
I feel like it's within reason.
It's within reason. By the time she's, 18?
Exactly.
I guess who knows where the...
world will be.
But
boy, I tell you.
Prayerfully, she's not doing that.
Come on.
That's just
something. Exactly.
That's wild.
And how do you feel like? Because you're not a mom, which is fine, but you're a godmother. I am a godmother. Which comes out to be the same thing, I think, because should something happen to the parents, you about to be a mother, like an instant mom. Have you ever thought about that?
I've thought about that. I check in with Shannon a lot. I check in with Shannon and Lisa.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, okay, how's the health?
Right.
Great. Okay.
Right.
Getting that weight off. Great.
And what if they were like, one day they were like, oh, we need you to take Azzy and Soraya for like 3 months?
I mean, I pray that I'm in a position to do it.
Okay.
Right? Like, right now I don't have my own space. So, like, clearly that'd be an issue.
Okay.
But, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I don't, like, if I had my own place,
right.
and, like, I don't have, like, there's no doubt in my mind that I wouldn't do that.
Be able to step in. And
yeah, like, not at all. And I feel like, even, I think back to when I was, I don't know if I was in, I guess I was in college, but when I had come back to live at home, there was, Cherish.
Okay, yes,
Cherish.
yes.
I had worked in, like, a summer camp or whatever, and her senior year in high school, she was going to be, like, living, like, in an apartment by herself. Like, you're a senior in high school.
Right.
Like, that seems
I don't understand how you even got this.
That seems shaky.
Okay, right.
So I was like, no, like, how about you move in with me in PA?
Right.
And go to school there. And, like, you know, I was a coach at the time, so, like, you could play on the team or whatever. Like, let's do that. And so she ended up living with me for, like, a year and a half.
Nice.
And so I go back to that ideal, that memory, knowing that, like, whatever I have, like, I have no problem giving it to somebody.
That's good.
Especially if I love you. And
right.
So, like, now, yes, they are twins and they are crazy. Like, hopefully, if that was the case, like, hey, you got to take them for 3 months. Like, hopefully they're, like,
a little bit older.
Like, 17 already.
I see.
Like, at 12, like, oh my gosh. Like, I still would do it.
Right.
Y'all, all right.
Y'all sure?
We need weekly meetings. We need to understand.
They coming back on the weekends.
We need to understand where we are.
Right.
Okay? You know, but yeah, I wouldn't have any problem doing that.
That's good, though.
Like, at all.
That's amazing.
I wouldn't even think about it. I'd pray about it.
Right.
I wouldn't, like
they got another godmother, too, right?
You don't want to check in with the other John. Okay.
Just
but
me,
yeah.
just me.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
That's wild. I always try to imagine what I will be like with children, because I feel like I should at least have one. So,
right.
like, Lord, set it up.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. That's a lot.
Listen,
it's a lot.
It is a lot,
especially now. Have you ever watched the show The Parent Test?
Yes. I had to stop watching it, honestly, because
Why?
it was, like, triggering me a little bit. I think
so?
Because I feel like I was like, ooh, that's good. Like, ooh, maybe I should be doing that. Ooh, I like that. I should be doing that. Ooh, I should implement that. And then I'm like, but I'm my own parent. Like, wait, no. Like, you don't have to change up your parenting style because you feel like somebody else's kid is successful, you know?
That's true.
Or, like, it works for somebody else.
Yeah.
And I was triggered, too, because I was like, but everybody's parenting style is different, and I feel like there's no correct way to parent.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think there is.
Every parenting style, your child is going to feel however your child's perspective is going to be your child's perspective. Mm-hmm. Even when you have a specific intention or a specific, like, thing that you want to happen by treating your child a certain type of way, your child is still going to interpret it differently.
I completely 1,000% agree. Like, every person in general is different.
Right.
And so I can't, like, be militant with one kid.
Exactly.
And, like, think that's going to work for everyone. Like,
it's not.
Like, that doesn't work for me.
Right?
It does not work for me. Like,
so,
negative reinforcement,
while
I understand it, it does not work for me. Like,
right.
And I'm just, like, not even the type of, I don't think I was the type of child that needed it.
Right.
But, like, beating me, that wasn't necessary. Mm-hmm. Because all my mother had to say was, I'm really disappointed in that. I didn't think you would make that decision. I'm really disappointed in that.
Shook up. Tore up.
Glass shattered pictures. Like, just, that takes me out.
Dang.
So you don't have to put your hands on me. Like, that wouldn't even do anything to me. I'd feel more hurt. Like, dang, you have to hit me?
You had to take it that far?
The fact that you are disappointed in a decision I made.
Takes me out.
That's what you gotta tell me.
You see? And, like, I feel like that's what I'm trying to learn with Alexia, even though she's not even 2 yet. She's only 21 months.
Literally.
And so that's also, too, why am I putting so much pressure on myself? To be perfect.
Don't.
I don't know.
She doesn't even know what's going on.
At all.
Like,
sometimes I think she does though, because the girl is smart.
Yeah.
But she really has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Like, she could care less. Like, all of the pressure you're putting on to, like, make something, like, up for her. Or,
Come
like,
on.
make her have this experience.
Come on.
Like, save those to, like, 4.
Like, right? 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 Please put in the comments. Just comment. All the moms that are listening, all the godmoms, godfathers, everybody. If you know a child that you're involved in their life, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Because we out here and we need support.
Yeah. Ages 1 to 3, I think.
Those are impressionable years.
They are impressionable.
So obviously she should be, but
like, is she gonna be emotionally unstable because you didn't have a birthday party? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because she doesn't have anything scheduled for the weekend.
She has no reference.
And so
she has no context. She doesn't even know what other kids got going on. She's not going to the daycare like, hey, what y'all did this weekend?
And that's another thing too. She's not in daycare.
With other kids. Well, okay. Yeah,
she's not. So it's like,
she's fine. Like,
you about to be living a whole different life than I even lived. Bro, you got more than me right now.
Sure. Already.
And I made it fine, I think, for the most part.
Well, when you were young, you were around other kids, though.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
Right.
Even at the academy.
Exactly.
Right? She'll be fine.
But I'm saying, like, even that experience is, like, different.
Yeah. Olivia's fine. Olivia's fine. Olivia has a schedule.
Right.
She's out here. Okay.
And she's running my schedule at this point.
She's seeing folk. She's good.
She's fine.
She's fine.
Thank you.
She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that. For real. Because it's crazy.
Like, everyone needs to just take a step back.
Right?
Everybody, you know what it is? Everyone has expectations. And it's like, everyone has to manage their own.
Right.
And chill.
Right.
Because everything is not going to go the way. There's no cookie cutter way of anything going. Your marriage, the way a child is brought up.
Come on.
A child can be in a household with 2 parents, have all the things afforded to them, and still go out to the street.
Right.
Can still go left.
Right.
So, like, you can't tell me nothing.
Exactly.
And I just feel like I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, look, save it.
Thank you.
Save it.
Just looking at you in your eye like,
give me advice and pray, but all that other stuff, all of what you think, your opinion,
right?
You got to keep that. Unless it's a word.
Right.
Like, unless the Lord is like,
unless the Lord is like, please go tell
you
Kim
must
this.
say this now.
Yes.
If it's not that,
I don't want it.
Just read the room. Just read the room.
Come on.
I'm just at a point where I'm not just receiving it.
Come on. At all. And
so for Lydia, like, you take what's for you and what's not for you.
Right.
All right, we're going to put it over here and
store it for later.
If I need to come back and get that, I'll come back and get that.
And that's what I'm learning, though. And that is what I'm learning.
Like the toy bin.
Come on.
Just put that in this little bin.
And that's okay. And also, like, understanding, like, to take the time out for myself. I think that's one of the things differently that I want to do that my mom really didn't get to do is, like, think about myself while also being a mom. Think about myself while also being an adult. Like, I don't have to put my career on hold just because I am a mother.
Right. Yeah. That's
like,
true. That's true. I was going to hit on that. Like, how do you feel like you are maturing as Alexia?
Yes.
In this.
Yes.
Because, like, outside of you being a mother and a wife, like, how is Alexia, like...
Doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, my God. How is Alexia doing?
And it's like, that's like a real question that I really have to ask myself a lot and like daily. Because, so realistically, I only work 3 days a week, right? Which is amazing.
Praise God. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I was very shocked.
Because, listen.
If I could work 3 days. Love it.
Because honestly, that's all I can give at this point. And I know that I will have to give more eventually because I'm in a leadership role at my job. So, like, I'll have to be working more days eventually. But being able to only have to work 3 days a week and still be considered full time, those other days, I have really been trying to focus on myself and involve Lydia at the same time. So like having the workout video on while she's there in the living room and I'm still working out. She's there chilling, want to work out with me. Okay, that's fine. You can bounce around, bop around. Yeah. But like understanding that she can still be there with me, even though it feels like I can't have her here. If she's here, then I can't get anything done. Mm-hmm. Like that was my mindset in the beginning. Like, oh, mommy, can I bring Lydia over so that I can just have a day to myself, that I can just do this, this, and this? And it's like, girl, that girl ain't going nowhere. Like,
you can do it. Actually.
Actually, thank you, because exactly what you just said is what I've been telling myself. Like, actually, she can go with you to get your nails done. Like. She's just gonna be there.
But I do think there is something where you just want to be alone. Like you just want me time. Like,
right?
It's just me. I don't have to worry. Okay, is Lydia drinking nail polish?
Okay,
you know, like
right.
You want that, but there are some things that like, well, it'll be fine. Like, and that'll also be like something in her memory bank of like, oh yeah,
I
like,
got to, you know,
I always used to just sit while my mom got her nails done.
Exactly.
Like I have those memories as a kid. Like,
right.
I'm sitting there playing with the nail things or whatever, like, because
that's just what you do.
But yeah, but I understand both sides of like.
So I feel like that's where I'm maturing and like understanding and still like trying to carve out those times where it's just me and I can do things on my own, especially with like trying to, you know, become more active online and have a social media following and really like be a doctor out that is like well known and things like that. So it's definitely been maturing for sure. For sure.
Lord have mercy.
'Cause wow.
Becoming mature is wild.
How does it feel like being my friend and understanding like, 'cause you really have been there like since the beginning. Whole time. Literally
the whole time.
Like one of the first people that I even told like that I was pregnant. Yeah. Like
I mean I think it goes back to the whole, you know, my initial question to you, like where does your drive come from? Because I see it in you where you're like, okay, Lydia, let's go. We going here. This is our plan. We gotta go. We gotta go. And like you pick up and you make it happen. You show up when you need to show up. Mm-hmm. You're there, and it's like it's not stopping you from doing what you want to do. Yeah, and what you need to do.
Right.
And so to see, even in the process, like especially you becoming a wife, like that whole process was just like, you know, watching from the outside, I'm like, oh my God, like she has all of these things to kind of work through and navigate.
Yes.
All of these emotional things happening.
Yes.
While also just wanting to be with this person. Mm-hmm. While also, there's a baby in this. Okay. You know, it's all of these things that while it doesn't happen the traditional way.
Right.
And so you have to now navigate and almost like make it right. Mm-hmm. But seeing you grow in that whole thing has been beautiful. Just like seeing you become more like seeing you as a wife. Like you're ride or die anyway, like
right.
For your friends and stuff.
Right.
And so not to see it for your husband, like it's family. Look, when you see him, you see me.
Yo,
like seeing how y'all roll is like
it's crazy.
And
honestly, he is the reason why I have become like that.
I'm like, hey, y'all a unit. Y'all like, hey, we are the look together. We the Ekweghs. Like,
and like that's part of the reason why I did not hyphenate my name, because like even though he didn't do any of the work to get the doctorate degree, that's fine. But it's like you have to show oneness when you become married. And so I was like going back and forth for a long time about if I should hyphenate my name or not, because like everybody has known me as Dr. Sampson, so that's always what it's been. Yeah. And but I really had to like you gotta let that go. which is crazy.
It is crazy, but it just shows like how you are sure in your identity.
Ooh.
Like,
speaking on me.
That's what I see out of it.
Yes.
Right? And it's not like there's nothing wrong with your former name. There's nothing wrong with what comes along with that, right? I think something that, just for listeners, if you've made it this far, is that she is a preacher's kid.
Yes.
Right? So there's a lot that comes with her former name and like whatever. And it's good. Like, that's for that.
Right.
But like, I think in this whole process, watching you become a mother, become a wife, I've seen you take on, like, you're sure in your identity in that. Like, in you as a mother, in you as a wife, and then in you as Lexi.
Right.
You are still you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, you making the decision to say, okay, I'm an Ekwegh, does not, I'm not surprised by that. Because I just think that that's just how you are.
Right.
Either way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When you were going to school and you're like, no, I'm a Samson. I need to...
This is exactly what's about to happen, right?
Yeah, we need to gird up and get this thing done.
Right.
Like, this is what we are. This is what we do. And now it's like you're able to, hey, I'm an Ekwegh. This is what we do. And so that's why I say don't worry about Lydia, because that's what she has to follow. That's already been set by you and Casey.
Come on.
You just follow the jet stream of like what we're doing.
Right.
This is what we're doing. Like, no one's a bum in this family. No one's a bum in your former family, but like, I just think you're just setting up this jet stream of like,
exactly.
this is what we do.
Exactly.
It's fine. And we
it's
work
okay.
whatever steps or whatever speed we go, like, it's gonna be fine either way. Like, it just is what it is. Like,
Right.
It literally mirrors the walk of a Christian anyway. Like, everyone's walk does not look the same.
Right.
There's no cookie cutter walk. Everything is a process.
Right.
And how you go through it is on you.
Exactly.
Thankfully, she has two parents who are going to guide her
for sure.
the right way.
For sure.
Like, and still give her some breathing room to kind of figure out
what exactly she wants
to do. And that's okay. Like, that's okay.
And that's okay.
Like, I don't have to be out here like,
you have to be this. By
That's
the time you're 13, you're going to graduate college. Like, what?
Bruh.
I be thinking about those kids, and I'm like, did they really want that? I don't know. Maybe because...
That's why. All right, I'm just gonna say it out here. If you're a parent, you need to be a Christian. You need to like know how to lead this person,
right?
And you can't just lead them with like this world perspective, because it'll just have you everywhere. There's no
which way.
There's no boundaries with like the culture in the world.
I
like,
agree.
There's nothing keeping anything like in line.
Right.
Everything is just
whatever you want to do. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like, to be honest, going forward after 2020, if you are raising a child, you might want to learn who Jesus is, because it's the only way. Especially if it's a black child.
Hello,
just
throwing that out there.
Want to throw that in there, and that's totally up to you.
Right.
But it's feeling good over here.
Hello.
By the way, just being a Christian, but yeah, this has been so amazing. I feel like I've also learned things of you sitting in this time. Yeah, like, nice. I guess maybe not learned things, but like
solidified.
No, but just like, I guess understanding where you are, because I always make it a point to ask like you and Wynisha, like, how are you doing?
Right.
Because I know everyone's coming up and it's like,
the baby
this, or Lydia this, or new baby
where's
this.
Casey at? Why Casey not here?
It's like, no. How are you?
Does anybody care?
What are you thinking?
Right.
How are you? Just really came. Oh, the baby's cute.
Right.
I just want to know how you are.
Yes.
And so I make it a point to do that, because I feel
important.
like in so many ways, like with everything going on, like we need to check in on each other.
For real.
How are you doing in this?
For real.
You know what I mean?
Because it really do begin shaky.
It be getting shaky. And it's like, sometimes you don't want to always express like, I'm in a thing again. Like, or I'm feeling this way again.
It's crazy how I don't want to be a mom this week.
And that's it's a valid thing.
It's a valid, very valid.
I be thinking about how sometimes I don't even just want to be around people.
Hello?
So like, I know God gotta like really work that out for me.
Girl.
So that, like, if I got two people in the house, like
Both of them in there, and they looking for you to do stuff, and they're looking for you to like, oh baby, where's the oh baby, like what? What?
Casey, we love you.
Yes, he knows that, and he knows that.
Not the baby.
Yes, because my husband is Nigerian.
Oh,
so
Lord.
That's why.
Oh, Ekwegh.
Yes. Yes,
oh,
it's
God.
real.
It is real. It is real. But thankfully, like, you guys really show up. And, like, you guys are a good unit. I feel like, I want to say, I'm trying to think of the exact point. Something happened. I was looking at you guys, and I was like,
They did it.
I get it. I get it. All of this wasn't for nothing.
It wasn't. Thank God.
Ooh, God. Y'all are a unit.
We are.
Especially when they be coming up in church with these furs, boy.
Lord. Listen,
I'm like, here we go.
That's the culture.
We know it's cold outside. We know y'all out here with these furs. They just walk up in. This was like a really.
It was good.
Yes. A really good episode.
Yes.
And I feel like it's always a great time to sit and talk to you. Like,
yes.
Honestly. And yeah, I'm hoping that you guys listening or watching have gotten something out of this. Mm-hmm. And I really would love if you guys really chimed in the comments.
Yes.
And just kind of told us even like, what are your thoughts about becoming an adult? Becoming adulting. That's kind of the theme. Becoming comfortable, becoming... I guess I'm becoming more comfortable with the process of things. I think that's my takeaway.
Yes.
From today. What do you feel like your takeaway is from it?
Just, I would agree. And becoming more open and receptive to things not being on a certain timeline or in a certain structure. So becoming more fluid in that way. And just understanding, you know, like what you're saying, basically, too, like it's a process and it takes time, and that's okay. And it's okay. And you don't have to get it right the first time around. You don't have to get it right the second time around. Like, it's gonna take time to get it right, and that's fine, girl. You're fine.
You're fine.
That's my takeaway.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
So all of y'all listening, watching, you're fine.
You are doing it.
Now, if you're out here doing other things...
and you know what those things are...
you are not fine. But if you're on the up and up, and you're trying to make it work, trying to live for God, trying to be a profitable person...
it's working.
You're fine.
You're doing it.
Just keep going.
Please.
And keep God in it.
Because we're praying for you.
I really will. If y'all put something in the comments, like, I will pray for y'all. I have no problem. It seems like that's where God has me the last... whatever. I'm
Amen.
praying. But yeah, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Remember to subscribe, like, share.
Yes.
Talk to me, please.
Come back.
Give me if you guys want a topic to be talked about, put it in the chat, put it in the comments, DM me, do what you need to do. Because I want this to be a community for us.
Exactly.
And I want you guys to get very used to seeing this face because she will be here. Okay?
Come on.
Amongst others, but she will be here.
Come on.
Okay? And so, Lexi, I love you.
I love you, girl.
I love you guys. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you in the next episode.